Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Frozen Fortunes. My god, does it feel good to be back. So this is literally the first time I've touched this save in like 11 days. I did make that very clear over the last few videos that I was going to be away, and as a result I couldn't quite take into account things from the comments, although I still got stuff being like, why aren't you doing this? And I'm just like, what do you want me to say to that? But there you go, that's just how things are. Let's get into what we've got to talk about today. Before we get into the games though, I have a couple of new patrons to thank. So that is Espresso Cat, or the Espresso Cat, and Flynn. So really guys, thank you so much for that. It's incredible that we're at this point. I am going to order the light very, very soon since we hit the first patron goal, because it just needs to happen. We need a light here because this is not a good look at the moment at all. So thank you to each and every one of you that have done that over the past couple of months. That's really, really awesome of you. And again, as always, just thank you for watching the videos. That's great. So it has been a damn good month. Against Viborg, we were perhaps a little bit fortunate in this game. I think we were still overall the better side in terms of the number of chances we created. But it did take a late goal from poor Holmgård, of all people, to give us the win over Viborg, who aren't actually having the best season. But it's fair to say that Seth Anor has been excellent in quite a few games this month. He was man of the match in this game, despite not even scoring the goal, which tells you something. He was just excellent, getting about the pitch like crazy. I've been playing him a bit as a Metsala, I think it was Metsala, this month, and he seems to be performing better in that role. I know I've had some comments from the last video about what to do with him, but I'm kind of tempted to keep him in this role for now, although I've had lots of different suggestions to go through, so don't worry, we've got plenty there. Next up against Marion Least, I mean, this made me so happy to win this game. And not just to win this game, but to win it in the style that we did. This could have been 5-0 in all honesty. Now, we obviously played our standard style of play with the high pressing and stuff that worked earlier in the season, but I made one more change, which is what people were suggesting to me, which was to close down and just take their defensive midfielder out the game. So we set everyone to close down, tackle harder, mark tighter, everything on him. And he was completely anomalous. It was this guy called Skeetler, I think, and he just did nothing in this game. We could have had more goals. Alejandro Perez scored, Stephen Gardner scored, Martin Ferro, who's still getting games, unfortunately, just because of the lack of squad players, missed a penalty in the 89th minute, which would have really ramped things up, but we could have had any number of goals in this game. We actually had more possession and better pass completion than them in this game as well. It was very, very cathartic to put so much power over them in this game and keep ourselves going at the top. And the key thing about this run of games is we've been scoring first and keeping clean sheets, whereas before we were having to come from behind quite often in games. And that is quite a terrifying prospect. Us keeping clean sheets with our attacking strength is quite amazing. Against Hobro, it was a fairly comfortable 2-0 win for them. We didn't have as many shots as I would have liked, but still created a decent number of good opportunities. And maybe on another day we might have nicked a draw out of this one, but it's FM. You're not going to go a season unbeaten on FM. Not that we would have done anyway, but the unbeaten run was bound to come to an end eventually, though it was a club record, which is pretty damn cool for us. But unfortunately, a draw against Hobro would have been much better for us, just because it would have kept a bit more of a buffer between us and them. But it's going to come down to it between us and them, I think. And our final game of the month came against Frem. This is about as comfortable as results are going to ever get for us. Danny Lopez still playing appallingly for us, which means that at some point, we're going to find someone who clicks in that role and we get even better. That's the way I'm looking at it at the moment. Hutchinson in this one got 3 goals. Stephen Gardner grabs himself another one. Well done, Hutch. Neil goddamn Hutchinson, proving that he is still a valuable member of this team. Now, in January, if we do get some incredible players coming through, he might be one of the ones that suffers from dropping out. You never know. But Frem just took an absolute beating from us today, and it probably could have been more. We started high pressure and just slowly eased off throughout the game, and maybe could have had some more goals. I mean, the second half, despite playing on a slightly lower pressure, if anything, we looked better like that against Frem, because the damage was already done at that point. And all of that is leaving the league looking like this. We are still top, as you would have imagined, since we've only lost 1 game in this interim period. It's the fact that Hobro have been dropping points, not left, right and centre, but they've had a few results that are a little bit iffy and make you think perhaps they might not be the team that we thought they were. They're still excellent, don't get me wrong, but they are clearly capable of dropping points against teams and are kind of falling back into the clutches of Roskilde and Fremad. Unfortunately, we have to play both Roskilde and Fremad today, so this could go very wrong or very, very right. We could really cement ourselves as a potential champion of this division if we can win both games today, or even take just like 4 points. But if we lost both of them, for example, I think we could suddenly be finding ourselves in a 4-way battle for 4th place. So it could go either way, really, at the moment. Down at the bottom, Vencisel look like that last year's little survival efforts might well be going to waste this year, as I think they might well finally take the drop. But Schellerup having an amazing first season in the 2nd tier, so big props to them. Neil Hutchinson, amazingly, is now our top scorer in the league as well with 9 goals. Gardner has 9 assists though, and Brendan has 8. We are getting assists for days. Gardner's also got 5 Man of the Match awards and is the highest rated player in the league, along with Juan Shishi. I do not know how to pronounce it, so I won't be getting it wrong from now on. Juan Shishi having an amazing season as well. So against Fremantle, of course, we still have a fairly poor record against them overall, but we did beat them 6-1 earlier in the season. Now, this will be slightly tougher as it is away from home, and they are in stupid form lately, winning a lot of games. So this is going to be a crazy difficult game, but I don't know. I feel like we've got the odds in our favour in terms of being able to beat these teams. We've beaten Hobro this year already. We've beaten Fremantle this year already. I think we've beaten Roskilde this season already as well. We're making a hell of a go of it. Let's just get going. All we can really do is keep on plugging away with the same real lineup. I'm not seeing. Oh, of course, Diamosa had to play a few games because of, once again, Seth and Orr's Ghana call-ups. So getting in the way a little bit, but what can you do? So for today, Honor is back in the team again, and I'm going to put him back as a Metzela again today because that's where he's played well on support. Again, I'm open to changing that, of course, but I'm just trying to play him where he's played well. And he has, I mean, his overall rating is lower than everyone else because he had some poor performances, but I think we're getting more out of him in that position at the moment. Might still be tempted to change it later down the line, though, because you know what I'm like. Someone also suggested the idea of using a stopper here, since that is also his natural role instead of a cover. So, ooh, hello. We might also try that out for today as well, because Augustin, he's been my favourite defensive player this year. He's got goals to his game. He's a great defender. He's just excellent, really. Carrizo is the one that's just a little bit iffy for me at the moment. On the bench, Kovacic, Betzer, Diamosa, Ferro, Gravgor, Ingolson, and of course Herman Martinez. I cannot wait for January because I know there's going to be so many players joining us, and hopefully with that little bit of extra wage budget we've got, we can make use of them. It's a fairly straightforward 4-4-2 system, so we're not going to do anything extravagant with it today. Just do what we do. I mean, yeah, we'll play the underdog card. Sometimes the players respond to the underdog card. One of them certainly has, and that is Seth and Orr. So, hey, maybe that can help us. Literally nothing has happened in the first 20 minutes of this game, and it's just occurred to me I've forgotten to do a question of the day. Don't worry, I will do it in a sec after this highlight plays out. Ooh, right, so question of the day. Favourite regen from the lower leagues? By that, they mean a player that doesn't actually come all the way through with you and end up playing in the higher divisions. Tony Harris is one of those players that at least he wasn't a great player in some respects, but he had a good personality in that he was interesting for the save. Hutchinson, can he pick it around the corner for someone? Gardner. Shizzy, round the corner here. St. Brendan's in. Oh, and another big chance for St. Brendan. He has had the two best chances of this game, and we are playing quite well so far. I have to say, Brendan O'Neill, Muskutsa, ball in, and headed away again. We should be ahead. So yeah, let me know your favourite lower league regen from one of your saves in the comments. And if you have any ideas for a question of the day, drop those in the comments too with the hashtag QOTD. Right, half an hour on the clock. We're going to tell them to push forward. I'm not going to adjust the tactic too much because I'm actually quite happy with how it's going for now. We don't really need to come here and win. We only really need to come here and not lose, although Weber's through and a big strike, but wide. That's my main aim. With these away games against teams around us, if we can just avoid defeat, I would be very, very happy. And if we do happen to go and pick up a win, then great. I've noticed Hobro are now losing at home to Odense. That is very, very good. Danny Lopez in for Gardner. He's got runners, though. Can he pick one out? No, he can't. God damn. Bruce. That's a bit overhit for Weber, but we need to get out to him and close him down a bit more. Back post. Lots of space for Koch. He's surely gone too deep. Weber. Oh, wow. That is a great goal from Christian Weber, and Freymad have the lead against us. They'd now move into second place with that. So I guess it's pretty much just as well that Hobro are losing at the moment. I thought we cleared the danger here, to be honest. I thought Koch had taken this way too deep.
That's what she said.
And he pulls it back brilliantly. And I thought, at this point, there's no way he's going to score. But that is a great strike, and it is 1-0 to Freymad. That's disappointing for us. Really, it is. We might have to switch up the tactics now. Right, okay, we're going to go with the attacking Snowpiercer for a bit. Just had to make a quick change to make sure that our defender was still on cover, because obviously we didn't change it in both tactics because I'm an Egypt. Ball into the channel for St. Brendan. He's through again, and he's nearly scored another one. I feel like 1-0 to Freymad is a little bit harsh on us, to be honest. We've been good in this first half and probably deserve a goal. Gardner's through again. Can he pull it back for someone? He has to. Surely it's cleared away again. Lopez. Back for Honor. Space out wide if he can find him, or he might try and be clever. St. Brendan. He's got options all over the pitch. Honor. Oh, that's really quite poor from Seth Honor. Long ball down the field. Won by Carrizo. Brilliant stuff. Shizzy. Sorry, Shishi. In for St. Brendan. Need a good cross now. Ball in. Oh, it's... Oh my god, how are we not level in this match? This is crazy. I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like the fact that we're losing this game is actually quite surprising. We've played well, created definitely enough chances. Here we go, New Hutchinson's through. Can he score this time? No, he can't. Danavang with the save, and we really need to be level in this match. Well, I mean, an interesting first half, fair to say. Hobro losing at home to Odense is very, very important for us, as it will actually... I mean, our gap will still shrink slightly if we were to lose here, but it would be to a different team, I suppose. Disappointing, really. We've played well enough in the first half to have a couple of goals. I'm not sure where to go other than just try to G them up and get them out again, because we're playing well enough. Could have just closed down their wingers a bit more and hope that might just aid us a little bit. But to be perfectly honest, we've been fairly comfortable at the back, apart from that one goal, which was a very good goal. And we've looked good going forward ourselves, too. So it's a bit disappointing to find ourselves in this position, really. Pallison. I thought the defender was going to win that there. Just get it off of him before they get the cross in. Cock, and they've got a second goal. Oh dear. It's hard to know where to go in games like this when you're playing well and the chances just aren't. Well, they are. The chances are falling for you. You're just not taking them really. This is a good goal. Possibly could have blocked the cross. It's a great header at the back post. Disappointed in Muskutsa there to not actually make a header there. Considering we're supposed to be closing down much more, but not really doing it very well. Right, that's my bad. I've just noticed that when I switched the tactics, it took off the closing down much more part of it. I must have switched to the wrong one. That was idiotic of me. Hopefully we can pick up the pace a little bit now. Right, I'm going to get Hutchinson off and give Martinez a little run out. Lopez has been bad as always. We'll get Betzer on in there. And I'm going to get... Of course, the Nor's positions changed too. This is the annoying thing about the tactics. I wish it would let you carry over some parts of them. Hopefully, I don't know. I'm not sure what's going to come of this, but that's totally on me, noticing that I went to the wrong tactic that didn't have the close down much more option on, which is why we've been so sort of languid for much of this second period. Maybe there's something still in this going for us. I don't know. We're going to go to overload and take more risks for the last 15 minutes here, just to see if we can maybe snatch a draw out of this game. It would be an incredible achievement. Martinez has done well, though. Can he pick his pass out nicely? He's held onto the ball maybe a little too long there. Muskutsa into the channel, and nobody's really there, although they might still be able to mess this up. Ball out for Carrizo. That's better. Getting and closing down the ball a bit more. Oh, my Christ. What a dreadful pass. Right. Augustin. Maybe just look for a long one. Nope. Carrizo. Shishi. Oh, that's a dreadful pass as well. Augustin. There we go. Diamosa. Great ball from Surden Diamosa. Brendan has got to look back post there. He has to look back post. Gardner! And another chance goes missing. I mean, how have we not scored a goal in this game? We've been decent enough in a lot of areas to get a goal. Shishi. Diamosa. Augustin. Out wide. One by Betzer. Shishi. Into the... Oh, that's a bit poor. But one back by Diamosa again. Shishi. Slips it through for Brendan O'Neill. Can he find a cross this time? Ball back post. Gardner's header again, and Danavang with the save. Dearie me. It's one of those things. I've made some errors in this game with my own tactics and stuff, which have definitely cost us in place too. But I feel like still, even with that in mind, we've probably done enough to get a goal or two in this match, and it just hasn't happened for us. Great tackle. Look long. Okay. Garcia looks long instead. Up for Brendan O'Neill. He's got to pull something out of the bag here. There's players making their runs. Just finds one of them. Gardner! And saved by Danavang again. Martinez's ball in. Gardner's header. And saved by Danavang again. Do we do that thing where we push everybody up for the final couple of minutes of this game? Just to, it's worked for us in the past. Sort of. We'll push Augustin into midfield. Put him on as a ball-winning midfielder or support because that's where he's most comfortable. And kind of just go with it from there. See what happens. You never know. You do. It doesn't look like it's going to happen though. Diamosa's ball up. Cleared away. 2-0 here feels very, very harsh on us, but we've rode our luck at times in games this season, so it was bound to come back for us at some point, I guess. Still, I feel like on another day we win this game maybe, or at least get a draw. But hey, that's just how it is, isn't it? Brendan O'Neill's actually still had a very good game for us, to be fair, today. Get like a 7.5 rating in a game where we've lost 2-0. That's really poor from us, but at least Hobro lost as well. That's the only thing we can really take from that. I still think we were in places the better team in this game, but that's just how it is. That's football, isn't it? Particularly on Football Manager. Right then, guys, we are back on the day of the game against Roskilde. That took a long time because I kept getting work permits rejected for Argentinian players, so you have to go through the process to let them join anyway. They haven't actually joined yet, but they will 5 years down the line. Anyway, Roskilde. We actually have a decent record against them, surprisingly. We've got 9 points against them in 7 games, and they've got 9 points against us, but our goal difference is slightly better. We went winless against them in our first 3 games, but since then, we've not lost in our last 5 matches against Roskilde, with 2 wins against them, I believe, probably last season. There's definitely hope for us. We are at home today, so I feel like we've got a chance at winning this game. I hope. I feel like we kind of need to at least get a point in this one, just to try to keep the Wolves at bay, particularly if Framad go and win their game today. Danny Lopez is performing so poorly lately that I am going to revert back to Ollie Betzer in this role, because I just don't trust Lopez. He makes so many mistakes, it's unreal. Muskutsa isn't amazing for us so far, but he is at least creating chances and he's getting there slowly. I've messed with these tactics, and now they do actually do what I'm supposing them to do, so I can flip to the attacking one. Maybe this was important, I have no idea. But yeah, this is the attacking one with closing down more and get stuck in and all that jazz. I've never actually got around to making a version of it like that yet. I have changed the defender here, except of this bit isn't quite right, so we'll just switch this up now to Metsala. Hopefully this will work for us today. I hope since with our home team, it should have an effect. We'll see though. On the bench, Kovacic, Lopez, of course, Diamosa, Ferro, Gravgor, Ingolson, and Holmgor. we do need Gardner to step it up a little bit. He's been good, but in that last game, he was one of the worst performing players on the pitch because he missed so many good opportunities for us, although he is still improving overall and is still our top goal scorer in all competitions. So we can't really complain about him there. We can't really. No. No. It's another 4-4-2 for them, so that means that we're probably just going to... Ooh, that was a bad idea. I guess they like being the underdogs. That's not exactly ideal for that. They are looking a bit knackered in many areas, so that could help us as well, particularly with the fact that we play quite a high pressing game. It should be able to throw them off a little bit. I just want to see us win this game. I feel like this is the perfect opportunity for us to really put some distance between ourselves and the team that are in 4th place, which is them. So, yeah, because what we're really aiming for, after all, was a playoff spot. Now, of course, is looking a lot better than that, but that's like the bare minimum of what I want to achieve this year, is getting that playoff spot. Got to keep an eye out on those other results as well, with both of our main rivals for, well, the 2nd and 3rd place teams playing away from home today. This is a good opportunity for us to get some points on the board. Betts, it's not the best clearance. Doesn't matter, though. Gardner's in behind. He's in. Can he get through? He's going to... Oh, yeah. There was a tough one for Stephen Gardner there. I don't expect him to score there. We've played some slightly... Oh, and there we go. Viborg are beating Fremad. That is a massive goal in terms of our season at the moment, because that is our nearest rival losing 1-0 away from home. Gardner, ball cleared away. This Tranham guy looks pretty decent. He's a regen as well. Maybe something to consider for next year, perhaps. Busk goes round his man like he's not even there. Ball in. Headed away. Oh, God. I thought that was going to be one of those horrible goals where the ball just sort of comes into the worst possible... Oh, and there it is, Neil. Yeah, kind of exactly like that, unfortunately. Now we trail at home to Roskilde. Oh, my God. Last game, I felt we were a bit unlucky not to get something from them. Look at this defending. It just seems to be going straight back to them in this particular one. Jespersen's ball over the top. Why didn't the player clear it? There's 2 players that he has to run through to get to that ball, and neither of them cleared it. Very, very disappointing. I mean, I guess we were due an off day at some point in terms of the live comms, but to happen in today's games against 2 of the most important games of the season, bit annoying, gotta say. Shizzy. Oh, what a save. That was a decent hit from Shizzy, actually. That's better. Hopefully we can pick up the pace a little bit now. Quite simply, we've just not been very good today. Although, Neil Hutchinson's in. Can he do something? Will he shoot straight away? Hutchinson's shot is saved. We have to be scoring these. My God. Both games we've played so far today, we've had a lot of opportunities and we've not scored a single one of them. Brendan's ball in. Caught by the goalkeeper. Betts has been pretty bad today as well. It seems one of these sort of be careful what you wish for kind of situations is emerging. Hutchinson looks long for St. Brendan. He's got a lot of work to do from this position, though, and I don't think he's going to be able to do it. No, not quite. Although at least we've not conceded a goal. Right, okay. Changes are afoot. We're going to switch to the attacking Snowpiercer because we have to, really. We've got no choice. So that's attacking, close down much more, get stuck in. The same kind of stuff. But we're going to have to go a bit more attacking to see if we can try and salvage something from this game at the moment. I've noticed that we're completing a lot of crosses, so I might be tempted to go to hit early crosses. Might also prevent our fullbacks from getting caught quite so high up the pitch at times, because we're obviously winning stuff in the air against them. Well, that was an experience. Hobro are not winning their game, and Fremad are losing their game, which helps us out immensely if we could just pull our fingers out and score a goal, which we've somehow not done today. Don't know how. We've created more than enough chances for that to happen. Betzer is coming off immediately, though. Or we could pull out our absolute amazing comeback kings. I mean, there is that as an option as well, although that seems to have happened less and less recently. Mainly because we've not needed to. But it does seem we've forgotten how. Oh, my God. What a save from Garcia. He's just kept us in the game there. Nothing's really happening. Changes are needed, of course. Hutch will come off again for Holmgård in this case. Defenders are having a really poor day of it. Brendan's not been amazing either, but, I mean, is Ferro really the guy that we want to bring in for Brendan O'Neill? Maybe we'll give him a run out. I don't know. It's a very... We've not been amazing. They've been the better side and deserved their lead so far. But we've still had a couple of opportunities that we should have put away, to be perfectly honest. Shishi. Ferro. Oh, he's missed. I thought that was going to get intercepted by one of the players and headed back into the net. We've been unlucky. We've been lucky in a lot of these other games in places as well. So it was bound to come around eventually. Right, what was the other change I wanted to make? Screw it. Let's go overload as well. And... just hope for the best, I guess. If we could just get an equaliser in this match, just get a draw in this game, it would be so good. Muller. Hulse. Get out to you, Matt. He's going to play it around the corner, isn't he? Busk. That'll be a goal. Wow, that's a really poor effort from him. And Hobro are now winning their match, which is bad for us. Oh well, looks like we were due a bad one. We've had a couple of episodes where we're just winning everything, and it seems that it's kind of come back down to earth a little bit today. And maybe it's not going to be quite so easy to get promoted this year. Who knows? Shishi, right, go on, channel. Holmgård. That's not really where I wanted that, but Ferro's through. Martin Ferro's in. Might throw us in. He's offside, isn't he? Yep. Okay. He didn't quite break the back line in the way that I'd intended him to there. But the thing is, it's the fact that we're going to go 2 games without scoring a goal that worries me a little bit. We totally didn't deserve to win this game. They got a goal. They deserve to win it. It's just very frustrating to watch. Hobro did win their game. Got some injuries going on in that one too. Viborg did beat Freymar, which I guess helps us out a bit, but that lead has come down a little bit. I suppose we've got through the results against the big sides for a bit, and we're still top of the league. So I guess there's that. But there was a real opportunity there. We didn't even make many key passes in this game. Well, that was very disappointing. Not really the way I'd expected this episode to go, to be perfectly honest. I didn't expect us to win both games, but I guess we've had some ridiculous comebacks and lucky results, so swings and roundabouts and all that jazz. We do need to get back on the horse, though. At least we've got the Christmas break to look forward to, so we can try to regroup after that. And I'm sure there's tons of things that you're saying I could have done in those games, but in hindsight, everything is brilliant. Hindsight is 2020, and you can't think of these things at the time, which is where we will be rejoining us. That's against Aarhus away, Tuffy, and Ventisel away. So 2 away games, but against sides in the lower half, in fact, bottom of the table. So should be winnable ones, you'd like to hope. Plus, if we've got a slightly better squad by then, which I hope we will do, they should be ones that we can get ourselves going again. 2 wins there. Then we've got 3 home games in a row, which are all winnable. We could really start the second half of the season with a bang if we come back firing. That's the hope. Anyway, if you have enjoyed this episode, do be sure to drop a like on the video. That would be awesome. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button for more videos like this in your inbox every single Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And I will join you guys in the next episode for Christmas transfer goodies and 2 games away from home, which could really make or break our season. We win both of these, and I think we're really, really on for the title. We lose them, and we could start to feel the other teams breathing down our necks even more than we currently are. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.